Good morning, YouTube. This is man Joe Page coming to you live on YouTube. Now, before you have here one of the most popular bodybuilders from the UK is one Miss Lisa Cross. Now, Miss Cross was born in Rockdale, England on April the 4th of 1978. Now, while researching about Miss Lisa, I could find not as much as I usually do on some of my other videos, especially her early life. But around 15, she had eating problems while studying for her GCSEs. Now, it's the acronym for General Certificate of Secondary Education. Now, it's a academic qualification that's taken widely in the UK and sometimes also in Canada. Now, because of the stress of the GCSEs, she became an anorexic. She gained all A's in her GCSEs and then achieved 4 levels, A levels. Now, this allowed her to take a degree in Russian and politics at Birmingham University. Now, before she started her career in bodybuilding, Lisa had a career in law enforcement, and she was also an English teacher. She even speaks French, Russian, and Japanese. Now, this was during her time teaching English while living in France, Russia, and Japan. After traveling, Lisa settled in Manchester, England. Now, I can't pinpoint exactly when she got into bodybuilding, but one theory is because of her history with anorexia. Now, we know anorexia is like you make yourself, get sick and you puke. And there's, like I talked to quite a few ladies in the bodybuilding world. They said that there's always this body image thing. There's a lot of this mostly a lot of body dysmorphia, and anorexia is one of the things, such as bulimia too. Now, because of that, she became a regular at a gym, wanting to lose weight and even tone up a little bit. Now, while training, she was seeing some positive changes. She started to feel she was getting stronger. She was lifting just as much as some of the men at the gym. Because of intensity in training and passion, she decided to focus on bodybuilding. Now, between 2003 to 2008, Lisa was been working towards a career in bodybuilding. While living in Japan, she met her boyfriend, who was a Japanese bodybuilder. And while with that study, help her study in the sport of bodybuilding. Now, by 2007, she was married and she went on her honeymoon. And for the honeymoon, they went to the Olympia. And that was the first time when she saw female bodybuilders and she was impressed. Now, she went back to England and she met a former UK junior champion, Lewis Breed. He helped Lisa in her training and pre-contest and prep for the first bodybuilding show. In 2009, she made her amateur debut at the NABBA England. Now, remind you that the NBAA is the National Amateur Bodybuilder Association. That's like the NPC around the England and UK, in the Europe. Now, she took second place at a show in the same year and also placed second at the NABBA Universe. Her best win was first place at the UKBFF British Championships. She won the ladies physique class. By 2013, she competed at the Arnold Amateur Europe, where she placed second to Virginia Sanchez in the overall. Now, that's the show that brought both. I talk about Virginia Sanchez. She's my favorite, and that was the show that brought her her and Lisa to the American market as pros. Also, that show was also a Kazma Marjan, but she didn't get to be able to compete. There was another bodybuilder, I think she was from China, and she didn't get to be a pro, but they were both lovely ladies at that time. On March of 2014, she officially became an IFBB pro and competed in her first pro show that year. She made a pro debut at the 2014 Tampa Bay Pro. She placed 16th in the Tampa Bay. Then the next year, she started training under two-time Miss Olympia runner-up Alina Papa. Now she was good friends with Lena, and Lena was a trainer. Lena trained quite a few bodybuilders. And that was around the time when she, maybe a few years after she came second in the last Miss Olympia, and then that's when there wasn't no real anything else to do. So she just was trained for a good while. Now the training paid off because she became the first professional bodybuilder from Great Britain to win a professional contest since 1999. Now, back in 2004, Lisa published her first book called The Devil and Principles, The Temptation. She was sponsored by several gyms in her area and even ran her own community gym. Now, in 2015, she was part of the inaugural Wings of Strength Rising Phoenix Women's World Bodybuilding Championships, where she came in 9th at that show. Next year, she took second at the Tampa Bay Pro, which gave her another shot at the Rising Phoenix. Now, she took 7th at that show. Then in 2017, she repeated second at the Tampa Bay when she she again went to a second Rising Phoenix. She took 9th place at that show. They returned to the Tampa Bay Pro, and this time she came in 4th. That was the first time she missed going into the Rising Phoenix. She skipped 2019 Tampa Bay Pro to make more improvements in her physique. She returned in the IFBB Romania Muscle Fest, where she placed 6th in the women's bodybuilding division. Lisa is now single, living in Plymouth, England, southwest of Manchester, with a bull mastiff named Holly. Even though she was married, Lisa admits that she's a bisexual. During her career, Lisa has done many photo, video sessions, and even has a career in adult entertainment. Lisa was planning on returning to the 2020 Tampa Bay Pro, but because of the coronavirus epidemic, it has halted her return. She's thinking of doing the 2020 Romania Muscle Fest by because the traveling ban isn't as heavy in Europe. Now, Lisa Cross has an amazing body, great physique. She's offering on social media, and she also has a fans only page. So this one. So like I said, I talked to some other bodybuilders that say that one thing what hurt her is because of her involvement in adult entertainment. She has done hardcore porn. And there's quite a few ladies in the bodybuilding world that do, sessions and even hardcore porn. And some say the judges don't like it because they feel like it's, just not professional. But remember years ago there was a bodybuilder by the name of Anita Gondo who did a spread for Playboy, and she was suspended for a year because of that. But then there's been a lot of changes because so many guys in bodybuilding do porn also. They do gay porn. But some people feel like her work in porn hurts her opportunities or chances. But she's a great person. I've talked to her on video chats, and sometimes I do messages with her on IG and Instagram, IG and on Facebook. But whatever she does, that's her career, that's her life. But like I said, she's a competitor. She's always comes in great shape. Maybe last year was kind of a little blocky, but she's amazing. She has an amazing body. I'm a big fan of hers. I love the ladies from the UK, like Joanna Thomases and the Bertie Prices, and just a good, like the Gail Moyers. Just a great list of ladies. Paula Buckenshaw, and she's famous for years ago when she placed 8th at a Miss International. And she came out doing the last routine posing, and they suspended her for that. But I might do a story on Paula Buckenshaw if I get a chance. But like I said, just follow. I'm gonna put her social media stuff in the description, and just follow Lisa Cross. It's your man Joe's page. Like, subscribe. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.